It's David here, Central Cal Piper. It's been a while since I made a video. Sometimes you just don't feel like you have a whole lot to talk about as far as anything interesting, so I haven't made a video for a while. So anyway, but I figured I'd make one today. It's Thursday afternoon. Just finished my working from home day. Smoking this little Molina Pepino pipe that I won from Jess a few months ago. Well, it's been a while longer than that, I guess. But anyway, just smoking some half and half in this today. Just because I've been smoking quite a few blends today, and just wanted to get some half and half, something a little more or less interesting. But anyway, said I'd make a quick video. Everything's going fine. I think I'm down to like 85 work days left before I retire now. So, but who's counting, right? Today was a nice day, though, being able to work at home and all. My wife's in the house taking a nap, so I'm on here on the patio trying to be quiet. Not that it would matter. The windows are closed anyway, but she's in there. Not much going on. One thing, though, that I will mention today has nothing to do with pipe smoking at all. It's just a regular life situation. About 6 months ago, my mother-in-law, who is about 70, almost 78, she's in the early stages of dementia right now, but a solar salesman showed up at her front door, and of course she opened the door, and he seemed like a nice guy, so he went in, he talked to her, he asked her about her PG&E bill. Of course, like everyone else, she already has solar panels on her roof, but like everyone who initially gets solar panels, they never seem to install enough panels, so you always have a bit of a extra charge called a true-up bill. So she was paying about $2,400 a year on her true-up bill, so a couple $100 a month that she was having to use, PG&E, electricity bought from Pacific Gas and Electric Company. And so he told her that he could solve her problem for her, of course. He proposed a few new panels, a few more additional panels, and some batteries made by Tesla. He figured that 2 batteries would be enough to charge, so during the daytime when she's generating power, that power that she doesn't use would go into the batteries and she could use that power at nighttime. So she thought it sounded great. What he told her, what she thought he said, was that it would be free to her. I'm pretty sure what he told her was that she would actually pay less to get the equipment from them per month than the power bill that she was having to pay. So she said yes. Of course, she signed everything. She had actually one of her daughters over there, but the daughter that was there didn't know anything about solar at all. So she thought it was a great deal, along with my mother-in-law. So she signed this agreement. We didn't know anything about it until about a month later when she told us that she'd gotten these batteries and all that. She was pretty excited. She's always been excited about solar energy. She's always interested in natural energy, all that sort of thing. So it's like a win-win situation to her. So we thought, well, okay. And I thought to myself, well, nothing's free, so something's not right. Because she told us at that point that it would be free to her, no payments at all. And I thought, well, something's not right. So anyway, we waited, though. A couple more months went by. We hadn't heard anything. And then another one of her daughters, there are 3 girls in the family, my wife and 2 of her sisters. Well, the other daughter said Mom's having to pay $150 to this company, Sunrun, plus an additional $200 and plus to the PG&E. So she was actually paying more for PG&E than she was before she even got these additional panels and these batteries. So we called and could never get a return call. Finally, we got through. Actually, called PG&E to ask them, and they told us, well, make sure that her batteries are set up correctly so that they are saving the energy and not selling that back to the PG&E company, PG&E, because they only give like cents in the dollar. So I had to download the app, and I figured that hadn't been set up. And I guess when the gentleman sold her the plan, he was supposed to set that up so that her battery would bank the power and she could, use it at nighttime. But instead, she'd been selling whatever she was producing back to PG&E for like $2 a day or something like that. So anyway, got that set up correctly. But even after doing that, she's still paying more now than she did before she got these additional panels. Now, though, she has to pay her true-up every month. Before it was one time a year, but when they put these new panels on, it put her into a different rate plan. It was used to be NIM 2. Now it's NIM 3, which you get charged. NIM 2 is a flat rate fee. You pay a certain amount for the power that you buy from PG, and that doesn't change regardless of the time of day or anything like that. Well, now she's charged more for using energy during the peak hours and certain times of day. So it's just become a disaster. So we've gone around and around with the solar company. Of course, she signed the agreement, so legally there's not a thing we can do. And at first they said maybe her batteries are defective. They're saying everything's fine. Her system is running as promised. So I got to figure out something to do. So this is really unacceptable. She did sign, so I guess the liability really comes down to that she signed the dotted line, even though she's almost 80 years old and in the early stages of dementia. They don't care. The solar guy, he was real nice when he came out. He'd sat down with me and my wife and the sisters, and he was really nice and said he would look into it and figure it all out. And he told us an example of how he'd even paid for a lady's bill out of pocket because it wasn't doing what it was supposed to. Well, when we talked to him, he was nothing about that, man. It was all he could say was, "Well, I did my job, and I don't know what to tell you." So anyway, it's been very frustrating, but so we're trying to help her with that. It's been taking up a lot of time. My wife's been losing sleep because my mom's having to pay twice as much now, $150 to the solar company Sunrun plus her utility bill, a couple $100 a month, and she's elderly. She keeps her thermostat about 80 degrees, which is really warm. She doesn't really use any major appliances. So anyway, I'm not sure what's going on. If anyone's had any experience with that sort of thing, Sunrun, I'd be anxious to know how it turned out for you. First, my initial thought was, we'll just stop paying the stupid solar company. They'll come out and get their crap off your house. But that will ruin her credit. And even though she is in her late 70s, that'd be a terrible thing to do, to have someone ruin their credit. But I don't know. I just can't think of anything. I don't know what to do. So, like I said, if anyone's had any experience, let me know. I'd be anxious to know what your experience or advice is. Anyway, that's been taking up an awful lot of our time lately. Other than that, everything's going well. Except my pipe is, I think, cashed out. I want to thank those of you who have recently sent gifts of tobacco to me. Potter Piper Dave 2023. I am almost out of space to store my tobacco, in my office that is. I had to go down and buy 2 cases of jars. So because I'm not one to keep things in tins. If it's a new tobacco I've never tried, I'm not really one to just save it for a rainy day. I want to have everything open so that I can try it all out. So anyway, I had to stack jars upon jars. My bookshelves are pretty deep in tobacco, so I thank you for that. So everything's going well. All right, guys. Well, thanks for listening to me. I appreciate it. God bless y'all, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.